Hello and welcome everyone. It is time for Jim Comics top picks for new comic book day this upcoming Wednesday, January 23rd, 2019. Looks to be another good week with some good books out. So there's not as many covers this week. I've only got 3 covers I'm liking, but that's the way it goes sometimes. But as usual, I'll run through what I'm looking at, my top covers and my top picks. Thanks so much to everybody that's been subscribed to my channel, watches my videos, sends me comments. I really appreciate it. Just a reminder, I am on Instagram, and this week I wasn't able to put out a haul video. I just didn't have time. I was busy working, but even if I'm at work, I'm still able to post stuff on Instagram. So if you're interested, it's just at Jim Comics on Instagram, and I usually put something up every day. But even if I'm working, which is kind of cool because it takes my mind off of work, so it's all good. Anyways. Yeah, so there wasn't a haul video. I just didn't have time. But I'm going to do kind of a quick recap of books that I bought on Wednesday. Just talk about a few of them. I'm not going to run through them all. Most of you have seen them all the books on other people's channels by now. It's getting late in the week, and like I say, I'm talking about next week's books already. So we'll do that quickly. I wanted to do a comic shop shout out, and I completely forgot to look it up before this video. So I will be back doing that again next video. Just been really busy this week, so we'll get into it. A few books. Just do, like I say, I'll do a quick kind of recap of what I got last week. Or not last week, this week, but last comic book day. Picked up my White Widow. I got both covers of that. Gorgeous covers. I don't know, the story is okay. It's kind of a cross between a Spider-Man and a, Spider-Woman, I guess. Spider-Woman and a Venom sort of thing. It's okay. We'll have to see how it goes, but definitely grab number 1. I love that cover. Those covers are awesome. Been looking forward to that one, so glad I got those. I picked up Stabity Ever After. This is one that came out a couple weeks ago, and my shop didn't have it in, but he was able to get me a copy, so I was kind of glad because I like the Stabity Bunny. So I have to give a shout out to Dan over at Arkham Comics, because he recommended that long before Stabity Bunny I'm talking about, like long before it came out, and he's been pushing that one for quite a long time, and it's pretty good. So picked up my Conan number 2. Boy, this series is really good, and my shop sold out of them first day. Like I was in there at 11 o'clock on Wednesday. I kind of snuck out of work, had an early lunch, but my shop, they were sold out completely right off the bat. So great series, really good. And I had talked about this on Instagram, and I just got to show number 1 for a second. I don't know if you guys noticed, I was looking at I put this out last night. If you look at I think that's the Crimson Witch in the back, and if you look at her face, she's got no mouth. So I don't know if that's just the artist forgetting to paint a mouth. I don't know how you do that. Or is that because she's a crazy-ass witch with those 2 creepy kids trying to raise a demon, is what I put on Instagram. I think it's more the latter, because I'm pretty sure that's the Crimson Witch. So that ends up being her first cover appearance, too, which is kind of cool. But anyways, that Conan series, boy, is it good. I really enjoying that. And like I say, I grew up reading Conan, and I was kind of worried that they were going to Marvelize it, puff it down, but it's pretty good. From DC, I did get my gorgeous Catwoman number 7 cover B. That is just really nice. That's kind of the cover of the week from last week, I think. Got my Justice League Dark number 7, a couple copies of that, because there's a ton of new characters that show up in here. There's 4 new, I thought there was only going to be 3, but there's actually 4 new villains from the other kind that show up, so that's a good one to get. That's really good. So anyways, really enjoying that Justice League Dark so far. Haven't seen, well, Upside Down Man does show up in there, but just kind of a couple panels. Be interesting. They haven't really used him fully yet, but I like that series. So anyways, Superman number 7, I grabbed that just because I got both covers. It's I'm only showing the one, but it's the new Superboy. He's kind of a teen now, which is kind of cool. Obviously got my Detective Comics 996. Boy, it is really good, leading up to 1,000. They're doing a really good job with this, and I've enjoyed this for quite a while, and these are doing well. I highly recommend you pick these up. Do not wait for 1,000, because I know Arkham Knight is supposed to be showing up in 1,000, like entering the DCU, but it wouldn't surprise me if he pops up in a panel in 998 or 999 or something, kind of like a first appearance. So you're going to want to get those, so make sure you got that on your pull list, because it's really good. And these are selling out. Well, I don't know about your shops, but my shop, they're gone right off the bat. And last one I'm going to talk about, I got my Batman Who Laughs #2. I love this Jock cover. Cover B is nice, but I think Jock's, that's just a gorgeous cover. Really enjoying that series, and this is one of those mini-series that it's going to be sought after for years. It's just really good. So anyways, that's kind of a recap of stuff from last week. Some really good stuff out last week. This week, what I'm looking at, start with my independents. Don't have too many. Grumble #3 is out. 2 covers for that from Albatross. I haven't... my shop actually was able to find me a copy of cover 1 and 2 that I just picked up this week. So he didn't have any before that, but he was able to get me one this week. So it's kind of cool. But 2 other ones are coming out from Antarctic, which look pretty good. There's Heroes at Large #1. I try and get that, and then Punchline 3. I've been enjoying this series. The first 2 have done really well. I think there's only the 1 cover this week for Punchline, but I'm going to definitely try to get that. He's brought all those in, so I'm really hoping to get that one. And the last one from IDW's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder in Hell cover A is listed as coming out this week. It wasn't shown last week for some reason, and I didn't see it, so I didn't get a copy. I'm really hoping it comes out this week because I wanted to get that. So anyways, it looks like that might be out this week. From DC, Aquaman 44. This is one you're going to want to get. I've talked about this before. It's going to be 43 had a kind of a cameo first appearance of Nama, who becomes the dragon god. And 44, the issue out this week, should be her first full appearance because 45 is listed as her origin story, so it makes sense that this one is her first full appearance, so you definitely want to get that one on your pull list. And I think that's her on the cover in that red dress. Not 100% sure of that, but I think it is. But anyways, that looks really good. 2 covers for that one, so definitely get that one. Batman 63, cool Constantine cover. I really like that cover, actually. And I don't know, because Constantine is on the cover of cover A, I'm not sure if the Upside Down Man is going to make an appearance in here, because it sounds like I don't know if they're going to be tying it into Justice League Dark with all these characters and creatures showing up, so it wouldn't surprise me. So Batman's kind of seems to be doing these one-off storylines, so it wouldn't, I mean, if you don't have Batman on your pull list, make sure you get Batman 63. It's on my post already, but it looks good. So, and Justice League 16, 2 covers for that one. And right on the cover says, "Who are the Children of Mars?" So I don't know what's going on with that. So we'll have to see that. But I mean, I've been buying that all the way through. Really enjoying that. And I'm waiting for Perpetua to make an appearance, a full appearance. At some point, she's going to show up. I don't know when. Who knows? But get Justice League on your list. Naomi #1. It's a new series launching. 2 covers for that. I'm going to probably pick up 1 of cover A, see what it's like. And that is it for DC for me. From Marvel, Avengers 13, 3 covers for that one. And I thought, this one is the origin of the original Iron Fist from 1,000,000 BC. I thought it was last issue, but it's actually this one cover, or issue 13. So there will be that in there. And I wouldn't doubt that there will be some more tie-ins between this and War of the Realms. It seems like they're starting to drop hints about War of the Realms and stuff, so definitely check out Avengers 13. I'm getting that one for sure. Cryptic Shadows, I mentioned this one a while ago. It's kind of a one-shot horror. You got Kyle Hotz is doing cover A. There's a really cool cover B. It's like a 1950s kind of horror cover. That looks really cool. I'm going to try and get that one. It looks like it's sold out of Midtown already, so if you can find that one, pick that one up. The big one from Marvel, well, a couple from them. They got Guardians of the Galaxy #1 is launching. A ton of covers for this. I'm not going to show them all. I'm going to try and get cover A and B, and then there's a really cool 1 for 10 with Groot on the cover. I'm really hoping to get my shop to get me one of those. I asked them to pull me one, so we'll see what happens. It looks really good, and it looks like that ring that was cut out of the heart after Thanos was dead in Thanos Legacy, right at the end of the book. You saw that ring come out. I guess that has his conscience, and that's going to allow Thanos to come back to life in a different body. Surprise, surprise, he isn't dead forever. Nobody stays dead forever in comics, so that looks good. Donny Cates is writing that. Looks like it'll be good. Another big one this week is Immortal Hulk #12. 3 covers for that one. I really like cover A. It's an Alex Ross cover. Cover B and C are okay, but the one below all is revealed in this one, according to the solicitation. So I've been thinking about this, and I'm like, who do I think is going to be the one below all? It could be Hulk himself. It could be somebody else completely. Kind of the my outside the box thinking is it could be the Challenger. Now, remember, this is a complete guess, and I'm just throwing shit at a fan here. But the reason I think that is Al Ewing was one of the writers for this Avengers No Surrender storyline and behind bringing the Hulk back, and it was the Challenger that brought him back. The Challenger is an immortal, so it wouldn't surprise me if he is the father of the Immortal Hulk, is what it turns out to be, and he's the one below all. That's my guess, anyways. So, anyways, that's kind of like I say. It's just you never know. It probably won't be, but that would be really cool if it was, because I really like that character. So. But that's one you want to get on your list anyways. That is it this week for me, folks. Like I say, it's kind of a light week, not a ton out there. For covers, I really like that Guardians of the Galaxy 1 for 10, that Groot cover. I'm going to try and get that one. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I did not enjoy the first one. I don't even think I'm going to pick this up. But the cover, they show the same image for cover A and B, but it's a really nice cover. It's I don't know which cover it's going to be, but I don't know if it's going to be a trade and then a virgin or whatever, but it's a gorgeous cover. Look for that one. And I like Batman 63, that Constantine cover. That's a cool looking cover. So that is it. There's not a ton of covers that grab my attention this week. As far as picks, I got 4 picks for you. I've got Aquaman 44, definite buy. That's first full appearance of Nama, the Dragon God. You want to get that one on your list. Immortal Hulk number 12, the one below all is revealed, so that is a definite buy. Punchline number 3 from Antarctic, that looks really good. And Heroes at Large number 1 from Antarctic as well, that looks pretty good as well. Kind of an honorable mention is Grumble number 3. I don't know, to be honest, I'm not all that I don't know, I'm not all that hip on that series, to be honest, but seems like some people like it. So if you like that one, you might want to grab it, but I don't know that I'm going to be grabbing it, to be honest. But that is it for this week. A few spec books for you. Now, I've talked about War of the Realms coming up in April, written by Jason Aaron, and he's been writing Thor for pretty much 8 years now. He's gone, you know, he started on Thor, God of Thunder, and everybody's well aware of, by now, of Thor number 6, you know, with Noel showing up in there, and you also had your first appearance of Gore, the God Butcher, in there, and the Necrosword, and all that kind of stuff. So that whole run is really good. Number 12 is the first appearance of Roz Solomon, who just became kind of a key character in the last issues of Avengers and Thor. So it's, you know, there's a ton of stuff that's happened. You had well, I'm going to talk, okay, well, before I get into the whole thing, but you had, obviously, in the current run of Thor, you had Old Man Phoenix show up. You've had what the hell has happened? Oh yeah, Loki, the Necrogod, showed up. I mean, Jason Aaron has stated that everything in this run is culminating in this War of the Realms. So all the stuff that's happened in those issues has been really good. And I want to talk about Jane Foster real quick. Kind of a spec book with her is now this one, because she was Jane Foster showed up in the first 2 Thor movies, but more as a love interest, not really following the story of the comics. The first time she ever showed up as with kind of as Thor was in What If Jane Foster had found the Hammer of Thor. That's What If number 10. The only thing is this, in this one she called herself Thordis. She didn't really call herself Thor, the goddess of thunder. She called herself Thordis, and Thordis means the spirit of Thor. So even though it was her first image of her holding the hammer and everything else, it's a good book to get, but it's technically not her first appearance as Thor, the goddess of thunder. That happened in Thor, God of Thunder number 25, because in here there's they're reading books and stuff, and you see images of her. And then in Thor number 1, you get her first appearance of her as the Thor, goddess of thunder, but you don't know who it is at this point. And then in issue number 8, her identity is revealed to be Jane Foster. So those books are all really good books to get, because I really think going forward, the next well, with this War of the Realms, Jane Foster is going to have a big role to play, because Jason Aaron, as you know, apparently, you know, she died and then she came back and everything. But in the current Thor run, in issue Thor number 8, he's got her and Thor walking down the street, and so I mean, she's definitely around. And he puts all these little one-page. You got to pay attention to what Jason Aaron's doing. He puts these like one-page little preludes and interludes in all his books. He did the same thing with Black Galactus and Ego the Living Planet and all that in Thor number 700, which is a really good one to get, because that's the first appearance of Black Galactus, and also kind of the origin of Ego the Necroworld. And then, of course, that led into Loki becoming Loki the Necrogod, and then there's all the books with images of Loki the Necrogod, and he's going to be in the War of the Realms. So, like I say, all this stuff is culminating, so you're going to want to look at a lot of these books. I've talked about most of them over the past little bit, so you're going to want to look for those, because those are really good ones to get. Boy, they are some good books. And I have to show you a couple books. I went to I showed this one, Gabby, first appearance of Gabby at All New Wolverine. I put that on my Instagram the other day. CBR, I think it was CBR or Newsarama did it. It was funny, they did an article on it not too long ago, and I actually just found this one at my comic shop in the last week, and I was holding off to show it, and then of course they put it out, so I had to talk about it. But I also got my Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme number 32, which is the first full appearance of Nyx, or Nox, however you want to pronounce her name. I also got a bunch of copies of 31, which I can't find at the moment. I don't know what I did with them, but those are some really good spec books. And like I say, I'm really hoping that the Challenger turns out to be the one below all, because that would be really cool. Because at the end of Avengers, he was shackled at the far shores, kind of the point between life and death and everything. So it would be kind of cool if he's the father of the Hulk and the one below all. That would be awesome, but we'll find out. Anyways, happy hunting this week, folks. Talk to you later. Bye for now.